State Highway 29 is a state highway that travels over the Kaimei Ranges linking the Bay of Plenty and Waikato regions. For most of its length, SH29 is a two-lane single carriageway with occasional passing lanes and slow vehicle bays. Between Mangatapu Bridge and Bay Park Stadium, SH29 is a four-lane highway divided down the middle with a median barrier. Route SH29 begins at SH2 at a grade-separated intersection in which only westbound SH2 traffic can enter and eastbound traffic can exit. Immediately after it commences, SH29 becomes the Takataima Drive, Peaspaw, Mount Maunganui Expressway, toll road. Before the eastern terminus was shifted to this route, it was better known as Route K. At the end of this tolled section, SH29 reaches a roundabout intersecting the former eastern section, now SH29A, and SH36. SH29 turns west through the village of Tauriko. From here, SH29 roughly follows the Wairoa River as it climbs the Kaimei Ranges. About a quarter of the way up the Kaimais, SH29 passes the Ruahihi Power Station and crosses the Wairoa River. About halfway up the Kaimais, the highway travels through the small village of Lower Kaimei. Once at the Kaimei summit, SH29 descends steeply to the Waikato region. After passing a junction with SH28, SH29 reaches a T-junction with SH24. Due to the layout of the junction, traffic wishing to stay on SH29 must turn at this junction. 4 kilometers after the junction, SH29 reaches the village of Teipoi. SH29 crosses SH27 at a staggered T-junction before entering the village of Hinuera. SH29 then runs through the Hinuera Gap, which the Waikato River used to flow through until volcanic debris altered its course 20,000 years ago. SH29 terminates at a T-junction with SH1 near Piariri. History. During the 1890s, it was decided that a formed road was needed to link Tauranga with the Waikato region. 2 potential routes were suggested, both following the course of unformed tracks, these being the Kaimei Track and the Thompson's Track. At the time, there was much debate about which route should be chosen, but ultimately the Kaimei route was selected. The first journey in a car over the Kaimei Road was made on the 6th of December 1912. The journey from Tauranga to Cambridge took 3.5 hours. Throughout the 1920s, the road was metalled, with work starting at each end of the road, and working towards the summit. During 1939, a 3 miles deviation was constructed on the eastern side of the summit. It replaced a narrow section of road with dozens of corners. The old alignment is now called Old Kaimei Road. Originally, the Kaimei Road, then called Cambridge Road, connected with Waihi Road in the suburb of Brookfield. Traffic would then travel down Waihi Road to the town center. Around the 1950s, the existing road from Tauriko to Greerton was upgraded, and a new stretch of road was built from Barks Corner to Mangatapu. SH29 now follows this route through Tauranga's southern suburbs. When this road opened, there was only one roundabout on it, at Barks Corner. Since then, 5 more roundabouts have been added, bringing the total number to 6. From the time the Mangatapu Bridge opened, until the 1980s, SH29, running concurrently with SH2, ran through the suburb of Mangatapu on Mangatapu Road. Since the 1980s, SH29 has run through Mangatapu as a limited-access road, with a grade-separated junction. As part of this work, a roundabout was constructed at Mangatapu, replacing a T-junction. Around the same time, the T-junction at Taimanga was replaced with a roundabout. In December 2008, the Mangatapu and Welcome Bay roundabouts were signalized in response to rising levels of congestion. The roundabouts became the first in New Zealand to be permanently signalized, and have been widely considered to be successful at easing congestion. Prior to 2009, when SH2 ran via the Mangatapu Bridge instead of the Tauranga Harbour Bridge, SH29 ran concurrently with SH2 to Taimanga, then ran along Maunganui Road and Hewlett's Road, before terminating just before the Harbour Bridge. SH2 now travels via the Harbour Bridge, Hewlett's Road, and Maunganui Road to Taimanga, and SH29 now terminates at Taimanga. In August 2015, Route K became part of the New Zealand State Highway Network, formerly administered by the Tauranga City Council. NZTA took over administration in conjunction with the newly commissioned electronic toll gantry, replacing the existing toll booths. SH29 now follows this route, forming a new link from the southwest to the city and port of Tauranga. The existing route east of the SH36, Route K roundabout to Taimanga, became a new designation of SH29A. Spurs. SH29A was gazetted in 2015 and covers the former section of SH29 east of the roundabout with SH36, Route K. SH29 starts at a roundabout roundabout interchange with SH2. The highway crosses the East Coast Main Trunk Railway and passes Bay Park Stadium. From here, SH29 becomes a 4-lane dual carriageway until it crosses the Mongatapu Bridge, which crosses Rangatawa Bay. The highway travels in a wide cutting through Mongatapu, and Taipari Street crosses it on a bridge. Then SH29 turns at the signalized roundabout at Mongatapu, so traffic wishing to stay on the highway must turn either left or right depending on their direction of travel. It then travels straight across the signalized roundabout at Welcome Bay, before traveling through 4 roundabouts within 5 kilometers, eventually terminating with SH29. Future. During 2010 and 2011, NZTA investigated the possibility of realigning the section of SH29 between Soldiers Road and Namuwahin Road, in order to improve safety. If constructed, the alignment is estimated to cost around $6 million. Between 2010 and 2012, NZTA investigated the possibility of improving SH29 between Ominawa Road and the SH36, Route K roundabout. 3 options were investigated. All of them involved turning that section of road into a limited access highway with grade-separated junctions. A number of reasons were given by the NZTA for why improvements were needed. These included the high crash rate, high traffic volumes, and concerns over ground stability. Major junctions. SH29A.